I know. I know. I completely forgot that I muted myself on OBS and not my mic. So I went ahead and went to unmute my mic, but I proceeded to mute my mic. So then I unmuted it, but I was still muted on OBS. No, that's fair. I completely deserve that metal pipe. I deserve it. Here, you guys can also get picked, I can't stop it. Ay. Guys, I was trying to say that, unmuted the unmuted. I was saying how, I ended back in the grippy ward, completely my fault. After some good behavior, they decided to let me out, and then I started ranting and raving about my conspiracy theories, and they were like, okay, well, you can keep the hat, but you gotta go back in. But hey, I'm in a new room now. Thankfully, I guess they gave my old room back to someone else, but look, I have a mini window with bars. It's quite nice. Pretty good. Can't complain. No, they did. They really thought that I got better. Silly them. Don't they know that I was simply manipulating them? Long overdue. Oh, come on now. No need to be mean. Okay. Maybe I'm going crazy because of the lack of sun, huh? Maybe if I got some sun on me, I wouldn't be this pale, okay? I am here before I squeeze in a workout. Good job working out. I'm so proud of you. Hello everyone. Good morning. A wonderful anxiety-inducing Friday. At least for me it is. Hello, Bleeding Hydrus and Doppel and Marshall and Unga and Vongo and Hydrus. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. I would love to get some sun on me, but unfortunately, the clouds are out and about. It is 0 degrees and it's cold. It's cold out, both inside and outside. So I live my room just like that too. Yeah. Who knows? We might even be neighbors. I can't see out my door. I just got the little food tray opener thing at the bottom, but otherwise I can't really see what's out my door, so we might be neighbors. I'm not sure. It's your boy Skinny Penis. I mean, I would say it's pretty cozy. The padding is definitely a lot better than my last one. I wish that they would have added some padding on the floor. This shit's hard as fuck. I don't even get a bed, man. It's okay. I like climbing the walls though. It's very easy to grip. Very fun. My cute toes. My toes. You guys could never see my toes ever. Crazy. I locked those bad boys away. For a good reason too. I feel like you guys would go a little crazy with too much toe exposure. Very radioactive, as I've heard. But that could just be all the bananas that I'm squashing with my grippers. I'm not sure. I wouldn't know. I think the food that they're feeding me is pretty chemically enhanced. I don't know. It tastes funny. And then I tend to get really sleepy afterwards. But it could just be a food coma. I don't really know what's going on. It's fine. Toes for free is crazy. I feel like I can't start locking my toes away now. I made them free already. Might as well keep them free. Give the people what they want, except my armpits. My armpits, they're not free. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. No one's getting my armpits for free. It's not happening. But you can sure as hell try. Not happening. Free the grippies? They're always free. Especially now because it's so cold. I have these special socks. They're wool socks from Romania. One of my friends tends to visit Romania quite often because that's where her family's from. And she gave me these like really nice like hand woven socks. They're really, really they're so comfy and cozy. If I'm ever cold, I'll wear them. But my feet get so unbelievably sweaty in them because my feet get sweaty in like socks, point blank, period. And because they're like specifically socks to keep you warm, it doesn't help. So yeah, I got some sweaty ass toes right now. Armpit ASMR is not happening. Gun to my head. We're gonna have to like negotiate the terms of armpit ASMR. I like that's not. We're gonna have to. I don't know. We're gonna have to work something out if you really want it. But even then, what do you want me to do? Just like suction cup my armpit to your ear? Is that what you want? You just like want me to like rub it on you? I mean, don't worry, I'm shaved. You just might, get some smear of deodorant, but like, it's not like skin sensitive deodorant. So like, it's you're not gonna like have a really bad reaction. It's just, might be a little stinky. But like that's okay. Everyone has a price. That's true. I most definitely have a price. I used to be one once I was a naive child that this was definitely perpetuated because of Catholic school. I would never dye my hair. I would never get a tattoo. I would never get piercings. I wouldn't do anything for any amount of money. Then I proceed to get a tattoo without my parents knowing. They still don't know. Getting it like, hundreds of miles away from home on a spring break trip. I constantly dye my hair because I don't like my natural hair color. I like it dark. I got more piercings. I'm trying to get more. Well, hey, I'm willing to negotiate prices depending on, whether or not I have to add it's illegal and I need to, add a certain fee on that as well. But, it's okay. Slams credit card on your desk. Okay, but is this credit card like maxed out already? I don't want to be scammed with like a credit card that's expired and will flag me by the IRS because I'm using it. All right, I don't want to get in trouble. But like, if I could test that it's valid, we could talk. We could definitely talk. Yeah, for sure. Depends on, just talk. Guys, are you ready to talk about some conspiracy theories? I am ready. I've been thinking, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna pull up my little doc. Cause I think they're conspiracy. I mean, in my mind, they are. It's a theory that I have, and let's just say, they may not be like your normal conspiracies, but it's at least what I see in my day-to-day. I'm like, nah, because there's no way that this shit is like real. There's no way. There's gotta be something behind it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna first pull up your guys's theories that you guys sent me. We'll go over those, and then afterwards, because if I agree with them, and like if I am like, oh yeah, absolutely, we'll talk about it, and then afterwards I'll show you, I'll reveal what I got. Okay. Here we go. First one, locking in, coming in, doot doot. Let me just read. There. That way. Okay, first one. Throw it over here. Okay, so it says, not sure if this really counts as a conspiracy. That's okay. I don't think any of mine count. So we're in the same boat. But so often I feel like conspiracy theorists try so hard to glamorize reality and refuse to see the obvious issues that are the real problem. Mmm. Okay. Keep cooking. Like they won't acknowledge visible corruption of power or messed up system and instead create some kind of reptilian space devil wizard fantastical nonsense. Either so they can avoid dissecting real issues or maybe to make their lives feel more exciting. That is when they aren't trying to pin all of that crazy fantasy evil stuff on some sort of marginalized group. I completely agree. Whenever I see TikToks of people like talking about like, oh, the reptilian society is invading ours and like, you know, they're taking over and all these like famous celebrities and random Joe Schmoes on the street, they're reptiles, they're from Mars, they're Martians. It's like I don't believe them. I don't believe them. Because I don't believe that they believe that. There's no way that you actually believe that. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh my goodness, I'm covering it. I'm so sorry. Thank you for joining this Coco. I hope you have a wonderful time here. When am I gonna upload the next video? Sunday! Sunday's gonna be the next video. And as for what's the plot, you'll find out when you watch the video. Yeah, no, I don't believe them. There's no way that they believe that shit. So, no, I agree. I think it's like, okay, there's like one of two things I think it could be as to like why they do this. Either one, that they're not, they're trying to use it as like a coping mechanism. A lot of people use religion in different aspects to cope, right? Hello, Dasi. Thank you so much for joining the call. I hope you have a wonderful time here. They use it as like a means to cope, either because they're facing some hardship or difficulty. There's something that they do not have the power to change, and therefore they decide to believe in this stuff because it gives them a comforting feeling that, like, you know, it's out of my power because it's a supernatural power. You know, that it's not some person. Hi, Queen. It's not some person like them, like another human making all these bad decisions. It's instead some other being, right? That or fear mongering, because people who blindly believe in the internet, who do not have media literacy, boomers specifically. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, boomers, this is it's kind of directed towards you because you don't really see a lot of young people. There are some like younger, you know, Gen Zers, maybe some millennials doing this, but a lot of the time it's Gen Xers and above doing all this like yapping about reptilians. So I think it's just fear mongering for the older population, really. I agree with this one. I'm curious as to what you guys think, but those are at least my thoughts. I don't like it personally. I'm not like at least like with like aliens, right? I'm not too firm of a believer in aliens. At least not like the Hollywood version of aliens. I think there's definitely other life out there somewhere in the solar system, because it would be fucking wild that we are the only planet with living beings. However, I think the living beings, the aliens that you could find on these other planets, are not what we would be able to classify as like a traditional organism, because we don't find it here, essentially. So I think there's something definitely out there. I just don't think, maybe we don't have the means of being able to like classify it as a living thing because we don't recognize it as such already. You know? That's what I think. I am more open to aliens than ghosts. I don't know. Ghosts are kind of goofy. I'm not gonna lie. They're kind of goofy. Back to the gulag. Oh God, not the gulag. Ay, ay, ay. Jesus was sent to earth to free the world from sinners. Have you seen any sinner around? If I had a mirror, they don't provide mirrors in my rooms, obviously. It could be a potential deadly weapon. But if I had a mirror, I would definitely be seeing a sinner. At least one sinner in my room. Yeah. Or was sent to Earth to free world. Free the world from frost giants. Have you seen any frost giants around? Good point. Haven't seen your mom in a hot second, so I don't know. I would have to check in with her. But, like, you know, possible. It's possible. You never know. What are they hiding under all these mountains? Frost giants. It's possible. They could be just sleeping. Just like how the pyramids, right? You have pharaohs living under the pyramids. Who knows? Maybe we have frost giants living, like, inside under the mountain. It's possible. They're both big. Both pyramids and mountains, they're big. They're kind of pointy. They come traditionally into like a triangular a pyramid shape, you know. It's very possible. It's very possible. Why else do you think we have volcanoes around mountains? It's because the frost giants, they're just letting out a little toot while they're sleeping. There's a reason why I'm in this room. There is a reason why I'm locked in here. I don't think it's the frost giant specifically, but it absolutely could be. Agartha podcast? What's that? What's the Agartha podcast? Honestly, anything with a podcast at the end of it, I'm scared of. Agartha podcast. What is this? Oh, it's a white man, too. Oh, my God, I'm not surprised. Oh, it's for music. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? That's not that bad. You know, if it's going to be a podcast, at least it's, you know, not your traditional one. Just the hollow earth something theory? Ay. Never mind. It was a ruse. How dare they? The hollow earth theory is kind of also wacky because, like, I don't know, that just, I find a lot of theories regarding, like, nature, you know, like the earth, or like the earth being hollow or flat. People simply just refuse to believe in science for some reason. I don't know why. And honestly, if you have a problem with, like, not believing decades worth of science, you're the problem, not the scientist. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Did you come from a land down under? Maybe that's why I'm always so pale. It's because I'm, not used to the sun exposure. Very possible. Very, very possible. Next. Boom. Ready? This one might just be me. Let's see about that. But I feel like a majority, if not all, major alien things, be they sightings or panics or supposed confirmations of existence, are somewhat orchestrated by the government as a sort of distraction from the things they don't want you to talk about. Things like classified projects, political controversies, or whatever they really want people to stop thinking about. It always seems to be an attempt to divert attention from what everyone else is already talking about. The fact that this is, like, even a conspiracy theory ain't, because, no, this is 100%, this is so true. No, this is so true. Remember, it was, like, what, a year or two ago, during the elections, we had a whole bunch of, like, major alien sighting on this, like, beach on the East Coast. Oh my goodness, what is this? UFO! These air blimps! Oh, these blimps are from China! They're from China! They're spying on us, guys! Go! Look over there! Look across the ocean! It's China! It's China! Don't look over here! us like redacting the Epstein files and burning them away to hide any sort of proof to, you know, these massive problematic people. No, China! Guys, look! No, at 100%. Every time. No, every time. It's always like this. Just release the file. Trust me. If I had the power to release them, oh boy, I would be putting those babies on blast. On blast. Foreign aid. You know, that actually, the 1 billion to Israel reminds me of a meme. It's, foreign aid. Unlimited foreign aid. But no files. Or files. Unlimited files. But no files. Gotta pick one, you know? Yeah, no, I definitely think all these, like, alien sightings or, like, these, like, random supernatural things that is, like, being blasted by the news networks, I definitely think that's just a way to distract. I think we're getting better with it recently. I want to say within the last, like, 5, 6, 7 years. We've been definitely getting better with, like, recognizing that it is a diversion attempt. But again, the older population's not really catching on a whole lot. It's just kind of us being like, no, this is fake. They're just trying to distract us. And then the older people are like, nah, what are you talking about? Look at that. That shit real. They got it on video. It's like, yeah, we have like 1-2 second clip in like 480p. You're telling me we have 8K resolution now. And we only got something in 480p? That's wild. Hello, Duz! Thank you so much for following and joining the Skull Cult. Mwah, mwah. Yeah, it's kind of wild. We don't have a single, like, clear video. Not crunchy, not static, not, like, weirdly cut, or like, you know, degraded. Man, no. What? You guys got kisses? You definitely got kisses. Here, if you miss him, mwah, mwah. You definitely got kisses. Mwah, mwah. No, I don't think this is a conspiracy theory. I think this is just simple facts. Simple facts. That's all. If you want to trust me, though, I once again, I am in the funny little room, so you know. Maybe. Now hear me out. If I like show, if I show my captors, aka these like psych people, you know, these psych medicine people, if I show them that you guys agree with me, then clearly I can't be crazy, and then maybe I can get out of here. I think that's possible. I definitely think that's possible. We don't have enough kisses? I don't know about that. That's a wild claim. Let me think about that one. That one's rough. That one's rough. See, because on one side of the argument is that, like, I believe that you have enough. I think you have enough. But the other side is telling me, is there ever enough? Is there such a thing as too much? Is there such a thing as too many kisses? Because the only reason why there would be an amount such as enough is because there is a line that there is too much. Only reason why it makes sense. I'll consider it. I'll put that in my little tinfoil hat. I'll keep that. Though I don't know, this could just be you guys turning it against me. Maybe this is propaganda. Maybe I do give you guys a lot of kisses, but you're trying to gaslight me into believing that it's not enough. How trustworthy are you? What are your sources? What are your sources, huh? I need proof. I need facts and logic. Do you believe MJ was involved with, like Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan? I'm assuming Michael Jackson. I don't think Michael Jordan's been named in any of this. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Cause I know, again, there's like the whole Michael Jackson's, whole public image kind of twisted towards the end, and like I think it's easy to claim that he was, but you have to realize that it's like a very popular, huge, influential musician that's going to be meeting a lot of powerful people. I don't ever want to say that someone necessarily meeting another powerful political person is automatically themselves corrupt. I don't want to say that he is. I don't want to say that he is, but the only way to know is to release those goddamn files. That's really it. That's really it. You're not immune to propaganda. My sources, I made it the fuck up. Fuck. Well, no, because if the kisses are propaganda, then you guys might be trying to bait me with these conspiracy theories, and you might be reporting back to my captors. I might be in danger. Ooh. I might be unsafe. But what are they gonna do? I'm already locked up in here. What are they gonna get rid of my fucking window? Not like I need the sun anyways. At least I don't want them to take away my hat. I've grown very sentimental towards the aluminum that sits atop my head. It's my little comfort hat. Maybe that's what you want us to believe, so no more kisses. Fuck! There's so many ways that this could be spun. It's just an endless cycle of like self-doubt. Oh no. Oh, I'm so cooked. Before a few minutes ago, when was the last time you gave us kisses? Yesterday! The fuck you mean? I gave you guys kisses yesterday. Thank you so much, Edda. Mwah, mwah. See, I gave kisses this time. Mwah, mwah. Hope you enjoy your time in the skull cult. Literally yesterday. If you can't go like 24 hours without kisses, then I think you guys might like have some attachment issues. Of course you get kisses. Survival bias, I guess. So many biases. I tend to fall under confirmation bias quite a bit. But also I fall under the sunk cost fallacy a lot. Like, those two go hand in hand. The confirmation bias and the sunk cost fallacy are like my two worst enemies. It's so bad. It's so bad. But like, they've always been around. I don't want to get rid of them now. NSFW work kisses don't count. What? What about the sculptors who don't engage with that stuff? I mean, like yesterday's stream, like the regular stream. What do you mean? Regular stream, I was giving you kisses. Now I am definitely getting gaslit. Guys, you cannot gaslight, gatekeep, or girl boss all over me. You can't, because I'm the girl boss. I'm the girl boss who gatekeeps and gaslights you. Okay, but you don't know that I'm gaslighting you, because my word is gospel, and everything I say is correct. It's not gaslighting, it's just objectively being right all the time. Okay? Okay? Great. Glad we're on the same page again. I feel like I have to remind you guys sometimes. I have to remind you. Okay. Loading up the next one. X to doubt? I'm gonna have to get rid of your X key, because you guys are doubting me a little too much. You play gotcha, so sunk cost fallacy comes That's true. That's true. I think, okay, specifically with gachas, right? If we're gonna talk about the sunk cost with gachas, I've been getting better with it. Definitely getting better. Like, I opened up Star Rail for the first time in months. For the Dahlia, I had like 20 pulls. The Dahlia's really like, I mean, hey, crazy girl, right up my alley. And like, I guess, I would love to have her, but I don't have a super break team, and I don't play the game, so there's no point in like me getting all like wee over her, Tough. It's okay. I'll just like appreciate the art. Moving on. I've been definitely getting better with it. It's more of like, it was very prevalent with school, my sunk cost fallacy. That was a yikes moment. I feel like a discussion with my mom. I'm right, and that's the problem. No, it's not the problem. No, it's not the problem, okay? I am your shrine maiden, okay? I am in charge here. Doesn't matter if I'm locked up, okay? With my grippy socks, it doesn't matter. My title is not stripped from me, and therefore, I am still correct. That is the terms of service you agreed to when joining the cult. The cult in which you cannot leave. Those are the terms of services. Blue Protocol was such a big disappointment. I keep seeing stuff about Blue Protocol. But I haven't like tried it myself yet, just because I don't know, I'm letting it simmer. It's still relatively new. So and the thing is, I don't want it to be like Wuo, where Wuo is like, oh, this is gonna be the Genshin defeater. This is gonna dethrone Genshin. And then they do like the same problem as Genshin, where like the first part of the story they release is absolute booty cheeks. Like, how can you be better than Genshin when your story is like ass? You gotta keep me wanting to like stay. Keep me wanting. I'm having a stroke. If you want me to stay around and play your new game, you need to incentivize me to stay. And if you have booty cheek story, I'm not staying around. It's not happening. I was about to say, Marshall, I'm about to pull up. I'm about to pull up. Bring you back in. Drag you by your feet. Okay, this one's a big one. This one's a big boy. A big boy. Are you ready? Okay. Hi, Venus. Hi. More than a conspiracy theory. So not doubting that it may not be. It's more than just that. I love it. I love the start. It's a behavior I've been noticing in people around me. Ooh. That goes around conspiracy theory. I like this. Thank you for the head pat. Lots of people that are following the media that detractors of reality make are more and more convincing for common folks that have little to no sense of criteria. Yes! Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. And choose to follow blindly to whatever nonsense appears on screen. Yes! We were literally just talking about this. I love this. We're on the same page, yes. Worst of all, they truly believe the nonsense and don't question what does entail to know and how it's affecting, because it changes nothing. The fact that they know. Common sense is a paradox. This is a big word for Elmo. Paradoxically turning onto the least of common senses, and the critical thinking is writing for its absence. Yes. Now, do I have my own lot of critical thinking? I have a little bit. Yeah, I would like to say I have a little bit. I don't choose to blindly follow things, and if I find something questionable, more often than not, I will do my research to try to back it up. But a lot of the times, trying to like do research and back up the silliest of things, that's a lot of effort. That's more time on the internet, and honestly, maybe it's just a bait to get you into, fact checking it when it's just like a whole headache, right? This is gonna sound crazy to say. For the longest time, and I still kind of do, I don't necessarily believe in common sense. Okay. Now, hold on. Before you get mad at me, okay? In common sense. Because in my opinion, okay? My opinion. The way to describe common sense, right? I don't think everyone has the same sort of common sense. What I define as common sense, what I think is common sense, might not be for you, or your family, for your community. If I'm in a rural town, right, our common sense might be different from what the people in a big population in a city might believe in. Because of their experiences, their culture. That's what perpetuates common sense. It is the people, the culture, your beliefs and practices, your morals, your ethics, right? That's what it is. Now, overall, there are some things that we can agree upon, yeah. Like, murder is bad. Touching children, bad. Yes. But outside of, like, crimes, even then, even within crimes, people are justifying child touchers, saying they're not that bad because we have people who are undocumented, and those are way worse. Like, you see, like, we're losing the plot. We're losing the plot because everything is becoming so convoluted to try to, like, justify one's actions over another. There absolutely should be default settings, but even then, the default settings have degraded so much. I don't believe that there is a one true common sense. I don't think there is. I think everyone's common sense is different, and I think saying, like, hitting someone with, like, how do you not know this is common sense? I think that's silly. I think that's really silly. I think that is very, very silly. As a non-American, I don't feel like it's that degraded. Exactly. If you're not in America, if you're not American, you might believe it's not that degraded. But come over here, we have people defending child touchers. We have people actively defending them. We have people saying that school shootings is not really that big of a problem because undocumented people are much more dangerous. That's pretty diluted. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Nuke everyone. I agree. Well, is worth it for the depth of which they put into the characters? Debatable. If that's what your cup of tea is, and that's what your cup of tea is. But, it's not for me. Hi, Laughing Stock. Why do you have a big Hershey Kisses candy? No, it's not the Hershey Kisses. No, it's just my big, round, big brain. It's my big brain in here. And then I have a little antenna. Because I need to, like, connect my big brain to the satellites. I need to have everyone's thoughts projected into my own, mainstreamed into me. I am a vessel. Okay? That's what's going on. This is not a Hershey Kiss. No. Batman villain dialogue. I think I would do pretty bad in Gotham. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think I would do pretty bad. I don't think I would survive for long. I might be, like, accidentally a little too nice to someone, and like, get, beaten to a pulp. I don't think I could survive in Gotham. I would make for a pretty sad villain, unfortunately. It is what it is. Interesting conspiracy from my country. Ooh, during COVID, a lot of people, old and middle-aged, believe that the vaccine injects nanochips. Yes! We also had that here. As someone who has a bachelor's of science in nursing, and who, you know, believes in science because science is, you know, proven data, that's a lot of bullshit. There's no nanochips. You can, like, look into the syringe before giving your vaccine. There's nothing in there besides a little bit of air and fluids. And it's just more fear-mongering, okay? Like, the COVID conspiracy theories actually made me, it was so close to making me want to drop out of school, because I hated the COVID theories. I hated it. It made me regret ever going into medicine, because so many people went to me and be like, this is true, you're wrong. And I'm like, I'm wrong. It was so hard to just exist during that. It was so hard. I hated it, man. Yes, in the masks as well, that, like, the mask, they didn't do anything, that they made it worse, that I can't breathe! Girl, if you can't breathe in a mask, you're claustrophobic, okay? It's not the mask suffocating you. You're fine. You're fine. If I can wear an N95 mask for 12 hours, you can wear a standard, COVID mask for 2 minutes. You can do that, okay? If I can wear, oh god, okay, I'm gonna show you this bad boy. Oh my god, what's the brand called? Fuck. Airborne restrictions. It's like the, yes, here it is. Okay. Capper, that's what it is. Okay. Goofy helmet, okay? Goofy helmet. Okay. Let me put you onto this. So, when it comes to, illnesses such as COVID, where you have to have, restrictions, you know, you have to wear a mask. If the mask doesn't fit you, this goes for COVID, this goes for tuberculosis as well. To protect yourself, you need to have a tight seal all around your nose, cheeks, and under your chin, to make sure that there's no particles that go in through those, gaps, so you don't inhale it and get sick, okay? However, and there's, like, tests that we do to make sure that it's a good seal. However, if it's not a good seal, such as for me, it wasn't, you have to wear something called a capper. And that's what this is, okay? Okay? This helmet, it is a plastic helmet that you wear on top, and you have a tightening mechanism that's behind your, head. So, like, right here on this side, you have under her hair, the tightening thing, okay? You see this cable on this side right here? That's like, oh, I wonder what that is. That is, you plug it into a little box that you keep on your person. This front part here, this plastic, okay, goes around your face, but there is a line of plastic underneath the chin here that seals itself. Again, to have that tight seal so nothing gets in. You are enveloped by this to make sure that you are safe and protected. You can breathe in it because the tiny little box here, by this cord, make sure that you can breathe and you don't suffocate, okay? This does the same thing as an N95 mask. And if like, you can't claim that one doesn't work and the other does, because they do the same job. They just look a little different. I hated wearing these because they're big, bulky, they pull on your hair, they have Velcro on it. It's like, it's awful. I hated it so much. But, It's like, you can't... If I can wear this for 12 hours, you can wear a silly little mask for 2 minutes while you go outside and pick up your Wendy's. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. It's really not. That's just me. That's just me. Oh, you have no idea. Thanks. You know what's the thing? It wasn't just Thanksgiving. It's because my parents don't believe in medicine. So it's not just holidays. It's every day. It was every day. It was bad. It was real bad. You don't have to wear this. So this capper, you will only find these in a hospital setting. So I just had to wear this for work. But you know, you won't see this outside of that, because that shit right there, that's thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. Multiple zeros. You ain't seeing this outside of the hospital setting. Looks like a cool bike helmet. Not very protective, I can tell you that much. Gotham sounds like a death trap. No, absolutely. It's like in ReZero, where like Subaru just kind of like just starts like dying left and right. That's how I feel like Gotham is. You take a wrong turn into like the wrong alley, you're dead. You're dead. Due to the nature of my last job, I had to use a sterilized hazmat suit. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't had to wear a full hazmat yet. But being in like regular PPE, personalized protective equipment, the gown, the visor, the mask, the goggles, the gloves, it gets so sweaty in there. Because it's all the equipment, like all this like PPE on you, in a room, of like an old person's room, so the heat's turned up because they're always cold. You have like 6 people, including the patient, in there, so like everyone's body heat is collecting into this room. It's so bad. 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 I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I try to go in and out whenever I have to wear PPE. In and out. I do not want to stay longer than I need to. Absolutely not. Is the pay in America that bad? For what? In relation to what? Improvised sauna? Unwanted, unconsensual sauna, really. Because you get all sweaty and sticky, and then you have to, like, you know, when you leave, rub your hands with alcohol, and then, like, you know, with hand sanitizer, and then go into another room as you're, like, red and huffing and puffing and sweaty. And they're like, you good? I'm like, no, I'm fine. Someone has really bad diarrhea in the next room. It's fine. It's bad. Your job? I mean, you know, it gon' get better. It gon' get better. You know, I'm not gonna get paid minimum wage anymore. It gon' get better. It's, you know, they gotta stop delaying my start date. I swear to God, they gotta stop, man. I was supposed to start my new job on Monday. Then they pushed it to the following Monday on the 12th. And then I just got an email saying that they pushed it to the 19th. Guys, please support me in whatever way you can, please. I have a job, yet I can't even work the job. I'm suffering. TLDR had to measure the compressed air network in the lab where the ampules. Oh, you were like in the lab. Ooh, I've always, listen, I'm not allowed to go into like central medicine or like in the lab, because you know that's not where I'm supposed to be. But it's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. I loved working in pharmacy to begin with, but that was like retail pharmacy. I wanted to work in hospital pharmacy because you don't have to deal with patients or people. You just have staff calling you being like, hey, where's my medicine? That sounds so much better. A lot of pharmacists though complained that it was too boring, And I'm like, so you'd rather take, thank you for the head pats. You'd rather take people yelling and screaming at you that insurance raised their copay rather than like a quiet, peaceful 12-hour shift at a hospital? I feel like we are not the same. We are not the same. Absolutely not. I take a quiet shift over anything, really. I wish. Okay, next one. I'm loading it up. Locking it in. Shit. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This one says, I wholeheartedly believe that the major reason Disney named the Ice Lady movie Frozen was that so it would decrease the prevalence of Disney's Frozen head in the search results. Now that is a conspiracy theory. Oh my god. It's kind of funny that you said the Ice Lady movie Frozen. I would have known what you were talking about, but I love that. You know, that's a really good conspiracy. That's a really good conspiracy. Now, it's wild because like imagine like putting in that intention of naming a movie something that way it would like, you know, hide those results. But at the same time, like I don't know. That because they could have named the movie anything else, really. I kind of believe this. Listen, I don't trust big corporations to begin with, and I definitely don't trust Disney. This absolutely is something that they could pull. I don't know why they like keep, you know, Walt's body frozen. That's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. No, but exactly that's just something that like a big corpo would do. 100%. This is really giving like, you know, Arasaka. This is giving Arasaka. But no, yikes. No, because like what else? They have a lot of bodies in the closet besides Walt Disney's, of course. But they have a lot of bodies, and like I like this one. You got me hooked on this one. It wasn't something I thought of before. It wasn't something that like came across my mind because I never like connected the two. Cause like when I was growing up, I didn't really hear about the whole like, you know, freezing his head or anything. That wasn't really a thing until I was like an adult that I heard it. But like even then, I never put two and two together. But like now that you mention it, no, I agree. They do? Absolutely they do. Every big corpo has bodies in the closet. Every big corpo does. I have a hard time believing that they don't. A very hard time believing that they don't. It's I feel like that just comes with the job, you know? It's just natural like that. Wow. Wow. I feel like with this theory, this like you can I'm trying to think of like how if I could try to like apply this to like another one where let's say another company, they like made a product to try and like divert attention from something else. My brain is kind of my brain has lost its wrinkles. I'm kind of smooth brained right now. Because I feel like, well, I guess, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Not necessarily the same, but on a similar, like, train of thought. Amazon. The way how they have, like, really shitty working conditions, the, horrid pay, overworking, too many hours, with no overtime pay, and, like, human, like, right issues, kind of, because they're, like, not letting their workers go to the bathroom, and then they proceed to, like, make a movie glazing how good Amazon is, or how if Amazon's present in a movie, they'll, like, purposely glaze the fuck out of it, like, oh, this product is so good, this service is so good, like, they're just putting propaganda that, like, Amazon is, like, really, really, like, the goats, and it's like, I feel like we're trying to hide the fact that, like, we have some, you know, moral and ethical issues, but, okay, sure, bud. They tried to, pull having a Disney Plus account, meaning you couldn't sue them for having an allergy. Wait, what? Wait. Have a good weekend, Laughing Stock. Wait. Hold on. So you're telling me someone possibly had an allergy attack at one of their parks, but they couldn't sue because they had a Disney Plus account? No, I don't know. No, I've never heard of this. What? No, I gotta look this up. Hold on. Can't sue Disney for having a Disney Plus account. For a wrongful death? Whoa, hold on, did someone actually die? Disney backtracks on request to toss wrongful death suit. What? Okay, hold on. No, we're okay. For those who may not know, we'll go through this together, because what the fuck? Okay. I can you guys can read that, right? Okay. After a doctor suffered a fatal allergic reaction at a Disney World restaurant last year, Disney tried to get her widower's wrongful death lawsuit tossed by pointing to the fine print of a Disney Plus trial he signed up for years earlier? Oh my god, it wasn't even the same year, and it was just a free trial? The entertainment giant initially urged a Florida Circuit Court to move the matter into arbitration based on the terms and conditions of the streaming service that Jeffrey Piccolo acknowledged when he signed up in 2019. When did this happen? 2024. Oh my god. 5 years. Piccolo is representing the estate of his late wife. I cannot say that. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say Kano. A doctor in New York's NYU hospital who died of an allergic reaction. The California-based company says it won't push, but rather will agree to see if the matter will be moved ahead in court. At Disney, we strive to put humanity above all other considerations. Chairman of Disney Experiences said in a statement, with such unique circumstances as the ones in this case, we believe this situation warrants a sensitive approach to expedite a resolution for the family who has experienced such a painful loss. Disney is in the process of filing with its withdrawal with the court, the company said. Went to dinner at the Irish pub. Highly allergic to dairy and nuts, and chose that particular restaurant in part because its promises about accommodating patrons with food allergies. Repeated conversations with their waiter about the allergies. Family alleged raised the issue up front, inquired the safety about the specific menu items, had the server confirm with the chef, and asked for confirmation several more times. When the waiter returned, some of the items did not have allergen-free flags in them, and once again questioned the waiter, who once again guaranteed the food would be delivered allergen-free. Oh my god! Oh my god! The three of them went their separate ways, brought leftovers to their room. Wife and mother headed over to the stores. After about 45 minutes, they began to have severe breathing and collapse on the floor. Oh my god. Oh my god. Tried calling her multiple times. Eventually, she was told she'd been rushed to the hospital. Investigation determined that the cause of death was anaphylaxis due to elevated levels of dairy and nut in her system. Oh my god. So, the husband filed a suit in February against the pub and Walt Disney, makes sense, accusing both companies of negligence, yes, for failing to train their employees, seeking more than $50,000 in damages. Girl, you need at least $5 million because you just lost a loved one. You lost a loved one. What do you mean only $50,000 in damages? Oh my god. Initially said the case should be handled out of court. Okay. Filed a motion asking the circuit court to arbitrate the case. Arbitration is generally considered more efficient and cost-effective, resolving the disputes of litigation. And Disney said explicitly in court that in court documents that the main benefit of arbitration is avoiding heavy litigation costs. The clause in the terms of the condition he signed off when he created a Disney Plus account for a month-long trial years beforehand. The terms, which users must acknowledge to create a card, said that any dispute between you and us, except for small claims, is subject to class action waiver and must be resolved by individual binding arbitration. They agreed to similar language again when purchasing park tickets online in 2023. Whether he actually read the fine print at any point, it added, is immaterial. Ignores that he previously created a Disney account and agreed to arbitrate all disputes against Walt Disney or its affiliates. No, they are absolutely okay. TLDR. Okay, TLDR. This family goes to Disney, have a wonderful holiday together, have some food, have a great time. They crossed their T's, dotted their I's, was insistent on making sure that the allergy precautions were followed. Even brought an EpiPen to make sure, just in case, they were prepared. And she still died due to negligence. And Disney is arguing that whether or not you read the fine print when making a Disney Plus account and when buying the tickets for your vacation, whether or not you read the fine print saying that you cannot take them to court like this, that's not their problem. That is a you problem. Oh my god. Lawyers filed a response slamming Disney's rationale as preposterous, bordering on the surreal and fatally flawed for numerous independent reasons. This is so dystopian. This is so unbelievably dystopian. There is simply no reading of the Disney Plus subscriber agreement which would support the notion that Mr. Piccolo agreed to arbitrate claims arising from injuries sustained by his wife at a restaurant located on the premises owned by a Disney park theme or resort, which ultimately led to her death. They wrote in a 123-page filing. They confirmed that he did create an account on his PlayStation 2019, but he believes he canceled the description during the trial because he hasn't found any charges associated with it after that point. They accused the company of trying to deprive the estate of its right to jury trial. No, they absolutely are. With any clause like this in any sort of service provided, saying, hey, you agreeing to use our service means that you cannot take us to court, I think it should be highly illegal. It should not be allowed because you are removing a person's right to take you to court. Disney didn't raise his alleged right to arbitration early enough. Piccolo didn't bring the lawsuit as an individual, but on behalf of the estate, which did not sign off any such terms. There was no such estate at the time, since they were alive. Explicitly seeking to bar its 150 million Disney Plus subscribers from ever prosecuting a wrongful death case against it in front of a jury, even if the case facts have nothing to do with Disney Plus. They scheduled a motion on October 2nd. This was written back in August. Wait, hold on. Maybe can we find a follow-up? Can we see what the results were? Okay, hold on. Wrongful death lawsuit Disney result. I'm trying to see if there was a I wonder if it's still going on though. 2024, 2024, 2024, 2025. Okay, hold on. We have something here for 2025. It's ongoing. Okay, so this is from, I don't know how trustworthy this source is, okay? So just, like, keep that in mind. I'm not sure how trustworthy it is, but March 7th, 2025. So this is, like, half a year later after the original article was written. Orange Circuit Judge Craner called April 17th court hearing over the issue. That just goes over everything. Disney asked for medical records dating back 10 years. They also wanted records of the couple's Orlando vacation and asked for all communications and receipts from the couple's visits. Wow. They really want to try to find some fucking loophole. Actually, on this day, at this hour, you went and got a pretzel from our pretzel stand in Florida, and therefore, this entire case is invalid. They're trying to, like, pull some bullshit. The lawsuit's complicated. It shouldn't be complicated. It should not be complicated. A term like that should not be allowed at all. Long list of witnesses. Besides the family, including Raglan and Disney employees, first responders, physicians, coroner, food safety experts, and damage experts. Oh my god. So, okay. So, as of March of last year, it's wild to say that it was last year now. They were still in process. Great. Can I have... Okay, this is October of 2025. Okay. So, a full year later after the original article that we read, fighting in court to keep the test results under wraps! Why are we trying to keep it under wraps? Okay, hold on. Wait. It's a little cut out for you guys. Legal documents allege that Disney even tried to keep the restaurant's menu secret. Why? The menu is public information. When you, like, there's, like, apps for, like, when you go to Disney to, like, look at the different restaurants and look at the menus. You can Google that shit. Why is it trying to be a secret? Because they're trying to cover it up. They're trying to cover it up. she ordered broccoli, corn fritters, scallops, vegan shepherd's pie, and onion rings. Okay. So I can see the issue with, like, for, like, dairy, the batter for the onion rings, possibly, shepherd's pie, it might not actually be vegan. The corn fritters as well, that poses an issue depending on, like, where the scallops and the broccoli are prepped. So, like, all of it is a potential issue. Alleged 5 other people had improperly received meals containing allergens in the 3 years preceding. So this keeps happening at the same place. It keeps happening. It's unclear what good faith basis Disney has to designate the results of the food testing as confidential, which would keep the results shrouded in secrecy. The test will exhibit one. The test will be Exhibit 1 at the upcoming trial. Another court motion claiming Disney was trying to designate almost every document produced as confidential. Another example involves designation of Raglan's Road's menu as confidential, even though it's publicly available. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. It can't be made as, you can't make it confidential if it is public information. You can't do that because it's public information. It's public knowledge. It's like trying to make what's a really good example? It's like if there was a lawsuit with, like, Applebee's, right? You go to Applebee's, something happens, wrongful death, just like with an allergy. Oh, well, we have to, you know, our menu's a secret. No, it's not. You can go on DoorDash, look at the menu. You can go on Uber Eats, look at the menu. You can go to Grubhub, you can Google it. They have menus at the restaurant that's public information. The public has easy access to it. Oh my god. Sensitive approach to my fucking ass. Wow. So they're still throwing out motions. They haven't even really started the court process because they're still throwing out motions to try to keep the evidence confidential. Wow. That is wild. Oh my god. Honestly, you know what? I think it would have been better if it was the wife's Disney Plus account, because the state says that, because the terms of service says that whoever the account is under, like the name it's under, they can't take them to court. So if it was the wife's account, the husband would technically be able to, because it wasn't his account, it was his wife's. No, honestly. I'm a huge perpetuator of hating big corporate. And I understand that sometimes it's like a little cringe of me, and that, you know, I'm just kind of maybe I'm being a little dramatic sometimes, maybe I'm being a little extra, but I feel like when it comes to scummy behavior like this, it's not being extra, it's just trying to make sure to, like, remind people how awful it is. How truly awful it is. Wow. I am shell shocked. I really am. I did not know this happened. And the fact that this is still going on, 2.5 years this is going on, and they haven't even gone to court yet. listen, it's not easy to support small businesses because it's hard to trust them. You don't know if they have the product, reliable product that they're advertising. I'd rather take the chance of supporting a small business and getting burned by that than ever supporting a big corporation and then something happening and their legal team sucks money out of me because they refuse to have any sort of human empathy. Imagine that. They are a billions worth of dollars for that company. And they can't have any sort of humanity to them. That's so dystopian. I hate that. I hate that so much. Ay ay ay. I can't believe I went this long without knowing it too. That's crazy. I've gone to Disney once. I was a kid, so I don't really remember it. I was about 2 or 3. I have pictures of it. I have baby pictures of it, but I don't really remember. But that was the one time I went. I just have a very vague memory of some woman trying to paint my face, and I was like, "You're scary. I don't know who you are." So I just started screaming and crying and throwing a fit. But otherwise, I haven't gone to Disney. I almost went during high school for a band trip. Every other year, the band goes, and then the years that the band doesn't go, the orchestra goes. We raise money for it by selling chocolate. We raise money for it so we can go on a trip to Disney and perform there. And we didn't go because, shit happens. And I'm honestly kind of happy I didn't go, because as much as I would have liked to when I was younger, I'm not that big. I'm because of my fear of heights, I don't like roller coasters to begin with. I have a very, very hard time going on roller coasters. When I went to Busch Gardens with my friend, it's an amusement park, but we took it slow. We went on one of the lower roller coasters that didn't go super high. We kind of took our time, and then as I got more comfortable with it, I actually really like Busch Gardens. I would really like to go back. That one was nice. But to me, as I don't, Disney is not for adults. Disney World is not for adults. It's for kids. It is for the kids who enjoy their Disney princesses, to meet the actresses and go on rides, for kids who just want, they just, it's for them. It's for them. I don't like Disney. I think Disney adults simply don't want. You can be an adult who likes Disney. You can like it. I still like their older movies. I don't like their newer ones, don't get me wrong. And you're not going to catch me buying Disney merch because I think it doesn't look good, and I think it's mostly marketed for children, as it's supposed to be. But I still like Disney movies. Nothing's wrong with that. But if you are a Disney adult, you just don't want to grow up and be an adult. You just still want to be a child who has adult money. I didn't mind Soul. I thought Soul was really good. I know Soul caught a lot of flack. A lot of people were being really critical about it. Let me see. Hold on. Recent Disney movie releases. Let me see. Okay, so I have not seen Zootopia 2. I didn't know Tron was a Disney movie, but that rough. I haven't seen Elio. I do not watch the live actions of Disney movies besides Beauty and the Beast. Haven't seen Moana 2. I haven't seen Inside Out 2. I'm like going back to see when the last one I watched was. I haven't seen Wish. God, that shit looked awful. I haven't seen Elemental. I haven't seen Strange World either. Not Hocus Pocus. I haven't seen Lightyear, which I know some people really like Lightyear. I haven't seen Lightyear either. Damn, what was the last Disney movie I saw? I think it was Turning Red. Holy shit. I've seen Encanto, I've seen Luca, I've seen Cruella, I've seen Soul. Yeah, so the out of like going from now to all the way back then. Hello, Cowboy Hellhound Demon. I love your name. Thank you so much for joining the Skull Call. Mwah, mwah. So the most recent Disney movie I saw, it was Turning Red. Now, I know a lot of people also criticized Turning Red. Mainly for it's like the style of, like, Elio, like that bean style they're talking about. Ay, 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 not the womp womp. Ay, ay, ay. I did like Turning Red, though. I think that was really nice. I think it was a really good movie. That it is, but it's marketed. It's for younger girls. It's a younger girl movie. You can enjoy it as an adult, as a man, but it is for younger girls, and I really liked it. I liked that one. I liked Encanto. I liked Luca. I thought Luca was really cute. I mean, it's cringe, yeah, but it's cringe to us as adults. A lot of the movies that we saw as kids, or like even Disney shows, if you try to rewatch like Disney shows like Kickin' It or Lab Rats, right? Anyone who recognizes those shows are real G's. Those shows are cringe as fuck now that you rewatch them, but as we were younger, we really, really liked them, you know? Funny video by Dracula Flow. Describe the VTuber. I have not, no. Turning Red seemed harmless, cute, but I could tell. Exactly. It is for a specific demographic. And, like, I what I don't like is that Disney owns so much. But that comes with the property of being a big corpo, you know? That just happened. It just happened. Okay. I don't like how long they've lasted either. It's really unfortunate. I haven't even seen Toy Story 4, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I haven't seen the fourth one. I saw, like, bits and pieces of it, while my younger brother was watching it. But I thought that 3 was a really good ending. You don't have to keep a franchise going. Sometimes you just gotta keep it ending, you know? It's not that good. I didn't think so. No. It's just trying to reignite a franchise that the original kids grew out of, so they're trying to, like, rope in the new generation. Simple as that. Okay. I agree with a lot of your guys' conspiracy theories. I love them. 100%. However, I have my own theory. Now, these theories are a little different. A little, I would say not as a big of a scope. It's not about, you know, the lizard theory or Hollow Earth or anything. This is more on a local, maybe community scale, maybe a more personal level. Okay? Just want to give a heads up. because, and I'm gonna start with this one first, okay? And this could absolutely be just like where I am, where I have been living, but this goes through this stems from like being a child experiencing this, and so therefore I hardcore believe in this, okay? I think, okay, think back, close your eyes, okay? Let's do a little think experiment. Close your eyes and think back to last time you encountered construction on the road, right? How long did it last? What were they doing? What was the goal of it? Was it to fix a pothole? Was it to reinforce a bridge? Was like a water pipe underneath broken? You know, what was going on? How long did it take them to fix it? How long was that road completely closed off or rerouted so, you know, both directions of traffic had to take up one lane? How often does construction happen in your area? One road is down for a couple months, they pick it back up, and then another road, not even a week later, also now in construction. The highway that you take going to work into the city, well, damn, that's still in construction, and it's been months, years. My theory is, and I find this especially to happen towards the end of the year, that for the budget of our political representatives in government, for their budget to not be lessened for the new year, they just throw out construction projects here and there, maybe multiple small ones or one really big one, to sink money into it, just so they don't lose money for the next year. Okay. I think meaningless construction, closing off 4 lanes of a highway, 2 on both sides, just having cones up, that's all it is. They get paid for it, and that's it. I think meaningless construction is intentional. I think, and it pisses me the fuck off. It pisses me off because when I'm trying to get to the hospital, it's 6 o'clock, 6:30. I'm still in traffic. I'm still trying to get to work because for some reason, between the day before and now, they closed off 3 miles worth of highway to not do anything. They close it off, put up so many cones, and then the next day it's gone. I feel like meaningless construction is super intentional, not only to spend money for their budgets, but to also because it's fun. Because they can. Because they can cause traffic. Because they can. I think construction is just a rage bait method. I think construction is just political, like the government representatives rage bait. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, you have no idea how mad I get when I see construction. I've told you guys this a couple times. From where I am to drive back home to see my family, right? It is a 5-hour drive. That's a long time. Hundreds of miles. 5 hours. That's if I don't stop, but I have to stop for gas, right? In the couple of years I've been down here, going up to visit my family for Thanksgiving, Christmas, multiple times a year, there's still construction in the same parts of the highway, multiple parts of that one highway, and it hasn't been finished. It does not take 7 fucking years to repave a road. It should not take 20 years to build a highway. I know it fucking doesn't. I know it doesn't. I'm not stupid, and you can't convince me otherwise. You literally cannot convince me otherwise. I know these people set up their fucking cones and they leave it there and they don't have to do anything about it. It actually makes me so unbelievably mad. I woke up Goosey, I'm so sorry. I get so frustrated. I get so frustrated because what do you mean? It does not take that long. It does not take that long. If I believe that they're getting paid by the hour and not by the job, because if they were being paid by the hour, then they're gonna take their sweet ass fucking time. But if they're paid by the job, they're gonna get that shit done in a day. It does not take that fucking long to redo it. Back home. When I was a kid, there were a couple different ways that I could go to my Catholic school. It was 6 miles from where I lived, but 20 minutes. It took 20 minutes for 6 miles because the amount of lights that there are, a lot of intersections, right? This one road, the one road that would be the quickest, okay? It wasn't necessarily a highway, it was like an interstate. That, I'm not even fucking shitting you. I'm not even shitting you. That one road, the one fucking intersection. I wish I could show you guys the location, but that would be doxing myself. I wish I could show you the fuck ass location, but I would be doxing myself because I'm so mad. Every single fucking year, I went to that Catholic school from grade 1 through 8. Every single goddamn fucking school year, from April to November, that shit is in construction. What are they doing? Fucking nothing. They already repaved the roads the last year. You know what they're doing? They're repaving it again. There weren't even potholes. There was no problem with it. They're just they want to redo the curbs. They just want it to look nice. It's so bad. I hated it. 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 Because what do you mean that my 6 miles, my 20 minutes of going to school is now, it takes me an hour long because construction of the 3 lanes on my side is now half a fucking lane. Why am I an egg now? I swear to God. I hate it. I hate it. I hate construction. I hate construction. I hate it. It is meaningless. It is just rage bait. And it's pointless. It should not take that long. They purposely take their sweet ass fucking time because they can. And I hate it. They just want to inconvenience us drivers. They enjoy it. They enjoy. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. This one makes me so mad. This one makes me so mad. Yes, yeah, frowny face, exactly. There are only a few things on like my thank you for the blanket. Jesus Christ. There are only a couple things on my top 10 list that I hate a lot with a burning passion. One of them is big corporations, and I feel like the one right under it it's gotta be construction. It's gotta be construction. Because no one knows how to drive in construction. Suddenly our skill of like defensive driving and like looking left and right, not possible anymore. Not possible. We simply cannot drive anymore. People are standing in the middle of the road for no reason. People are trying to swerve into lanes, cutting each other off when we're all going in the same direction. We're all going to the same place, which is past the construction. Have some fucking patience, because while you're trying to get to work, I'm trying to get to school. We all have places to be. That doesn't mean that you have to be an asshole with your goddamn sports car.
I'm feeling stabby.
Oh, I'm feeling so goddamn stabby. I hate it. Now, I say this. There is something else that I don't like. Something else that I find, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, but it's certainly a thought of mine. A little thinky thought. Not that I hate, but it's mildly infuriating. And that is that reporting anything as spam, whether it be random text messages, phone calls, emails, newsletters, whatever it may be, electronically, if you have something that you can report as spam, thank you for the headband, that reporting it as spam doesn't work. Nothing. Actually nothing. The fattest, juiciest nothing burger you've ever had. Because it just makes you feel like, I think, it makes you feel like you're doing something when you're actually not doing anything. I say this because I will hydrate. I am yelling quite a lot. I do need to hydrate. Because ever since I started paying for my own phone, I've been doing this now for years. That was like the first thing. My first subscription service wasn't Spotify, wasn't Hulu, wasn't Netflix. It was a fucking phone line, okay? When I got my phone, my new phone number, I got it from some poor woman who signed up for every single fucking spam caller list known to man. My list of blocked numbers, so unbelievably long, it's probably longer than the Epstein files. I'm not even shitting you. I report them as spam. I delete them. I block them. Nothing happens. Because I still get it. Even if I report it as spam, I still get the same phone number texting me again. Still calling me back. I get the same spam emails. Even if I report it as spam, they still come back. Because nothing happens. Reporting anything as spam is just to make you feel good. That's it. It doesn't actually do it. It puts it into its little box, in its little folder, in your Gmail. That's it. Doesn't. That one's just mildly infuriating. I've been dealing with this for so many years now that it honestly, it's just unfortunate. Because every day when I wake up to 12 missed calls and I think that something bad happened to my family member, but it's actually just different spam callers calling me about my, like, American mortgage. I don't have a mortgage, man. I pay rent. Why are you calling me about my mortgage? No, it is mild. It is mild. I'm not clapping. I'm not slapping my desk. I'm not yelling. Just mildly infuriating. We're invisible to these corporations. They don't want to worry about us. Cause that would mean responsibilities would have to be taken. Yes. No, there absolutely is. No, 100%. 110%. They make it feel like that they're doing something so it looks like that they care for us. But it doesn't actually do it. Much like how I believe a lot of the times, reporting like problematic players in games, more than half the time, I think that doesn't do anything. It depends on the game though. League, I've definitely seen things happen, but like shit like Overwatch, nope, I don't think that works. Apex, definitely not. I don't think it works. I mean, I don't trust Apex reporting in general because that's under EA. They definitely don't care about their player base. Look at the state. Okay, they're making Concord 2. Okay, they could not give a shit about the players. Couldn't give a shit. Street surveys are also problematic. I once answered a survey from a funerary business. They kept calling me. Even during the time my classmate passed away. Oh my god, that's awful. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. No, I don't. As much as I like to do, like, you know, participate in the survey. Surveys, as I've, you know, learned, surveys like that are very unreliable information because it's not a specific, it's such a wide demographic of people in this area available at a certain time, whether or not they're actually answering honestly. Surveys on the street, in a classroom, at work, they're not reliable. They're not reliable. So I'm so sorry. You did do all three with the trap. No, because that shit actually pisses me off. Again, corporations, honestly top 3, I think. I don't know what's like my top 1. It might be that one. And then construction's number 2. Construction, and then like a subgroup under construction is bad drivers. But that's like in one bullet, you know? No, absolutely they do it for profit at it. No, 100%. Because it's all about money. Even though you have billions upon billions upon billions of dollars in assets, clearly not enough. That amount of money is you can't spend it in one lifetime, and yet apparently you need more. That shit doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't make sense. Toxic players can still but like, but if you make me happy, if I like the game and you make me happy, more happy because you banned the toxic player, I'm gonna spend more money on the game. Think about it like that. Consider that. My hair's missing? Yeah, I'm unfortunately I am egg. I am egg. Now, one last little conspiracy. Last little one. No, honestly, One Punch Man, the stress of raging made me lose my hair. One last little conspiracy, and it's I think this is more of a superstition rather than a conspiracy theory, but I added it here nonetheless. And that is that jinxing yourself, jinxing someone else, is it has its own force behind it. A great example is whenever I say something and I follow it up with, maybe I should shut the fuck up. When you say something, you put it out into the world. And therefore, because it is released out into the world, it has the potential to manifest and come back at you. Manifesting is very, very real. I 100% believe, because it's much like with confirmation bias to someone who has anxiety. Take the scenario of someone who's very anxious, believes something bad's gonna happen, and they keep thinking that it's something bad's gonna happen. I have a bad feeling. Something's gonna go wrong. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna get hurt, or someone I love is gonna get hurt. And they keep worrying about it. They manifest it, and something does happen. And then it confirms to them, this feeling that I had was correct, because something did happen. Much like how superstition when it comes to a lucky item, a lucky sock or shirt when it comes to playing sports. It makes you perform well, and therefore you manifest this idea, this belief that you will perform better with this item, and then you do perform better. And if you don't have it, you have the manifestation that I cannot perform good because I do not have it, and therefore you don't. Or how when I would have certain ritualistic practices before I take an exam. That would be me having my little frog, rubbing it on my material and then rubbing it against my head. I would sleep on top of my notebooks to have the information kind of flow into my head as I sleep. All of this, and I believe I would do better. I manifested that I would do better because I did these. And if I didn't do them, then I would do bad. And then the confirmation bias would hit. I absolutely believe that manifestation has its own supernatural power. I don't think it's magic by any means. I don't think it's magic. It's not like, you can manifest someone to trip and fall and then they're gonna trip and fall. But it does have its moments where, like I mentioned not too long ago. I'm not sure if I mentioned it to you guys, but I know I mentioned it to a couple friends. I was coming out of work and I was like, which way do I take home? Because I don't want the train to block me. Oh, but the train almost never comes. It's so unbelievably rare at different times of day that the chances of me running into this train is so low, and I hit the train. I didn't actually physically hit the train, but the train did appear and I had to sit there for 20 minutes because it was a freight train. if I didn't say anything, possible that if I didn't say anything, if I didn't put it out there, that the train wouldn't have been there. Because the chances of it actually showing up were so unbelievably low. Crazy. I think that's true. I feel like after all this, you need something soothing, something that relaxes all the anger out of your head. No, you know what? That would be really good. That would be really good. I think when it comes to fate and destiny, right? Because we definitely, I feel like we get the two mixed up. So like fate, let me look up the fate definition. Fate, definition, and then I'll do destiny, definition. Okay, so the definition of fate, the development of events beyond a person's control, regarded as determined by a supernatural power. And destiny is the events that will necessarily happen to a particular person or thing in the future. That it will happen. I don't think destiny is a thing. I don't think everything happens according to destiny. But I think certain events do happen according to fate, according to manifest. I don't think I was destined to go to nursing school because there were many events where I almost dropped out, or I didn't go to college, or I went to a different college, or I wanted to travel abroad. There were different things. However, I've been manifesting wanting to be a nurse since I was a child, and fate took me onto that path. Now, it kind of sounds a little delulu. I know that kind of sounds like a religious ravings. I get that. I can be a little crazy like that, but it's very light. I'm not like, a very big, my amethyst rock has magic and rock. My God. My amethyst rock has magic, and therefore this innate power within it is going to give me a blessing of purity and love and charm. I don't believe in that. I just think that it's very good to be mindful about what you put out there, what you say. Not just like for the consequences of what you say to people, but the consequences of, jinxing. I think that absolutely has its own thing. I believe so. Again, more of a superstition rather than a conspiracy theory. But nonetheless, I believe. I don't think those are anything too big of a hot take, but a little more to know about me. A great way to start off the year. This is something very important, mindful. I mean, we're second day into the year, so start being more mindful about what you think, what you say. Yeah. I wonder, what can I do to lighten this anger off? What can I? I don't know. I do know though that I have to go to the bathroom because I've been drinking so much water. I all of this is hard to wrap around someone's head. It's much easier if you have some foil on your head. I can tell you that much. It's much easier. Funniest conspiracy theory? Ooh, what's the funniest one I've seen? Fuck. That one's rough. I don't know. There have been definitely some like goofy ass ones. Now that you mention it, it's like it slips my mind. Mostly just theories about like anime and stuff. I have seen a theory for anyone who is a big Stranger Things fan. If you're like watching it, if you want to watch the finale, just like give a heads up. This is not necessarily spoilers. This is just a theory I saw someone have. I saw this theory that the D&D that they're playing in Stranger Things, even though they're in the 80s, it is 5th edition. And I'm kind of just repeating what what I heard the person say, okay? So, it's 5th edition because sorcerer was not a class that was in AD&D or advanced D&D. They were referred to as mages. So the reference of sorcerer leads you to believe that it is more of 5th edition. Not only that, but one of the first modules, pre-written modules of 5th edition was, I think, Into the Abyss or Out of the Abyss. D&D Out of the Abyss. Yes, Out of the Abyss, where essentially it is this plane, this abyssal plane of the Demogorgon, which is a prince of the abyss. Also the Demogorgon, constantly referenced, seen in Stranger Things. The abyss is trying to merge within the material plane. And so essentially the plot of Stranger Things, what's happening is in reference to not only using the 5th edition system, but the module itself. Now, I can definitely see that being very possible. I think that it's a very fun theory. I haven't seen 5th season. I honestly haven't even finished the 4th season. So I don't know how accurate that is to the ending, because I believe I think the finale just recently came out. So I don't know how accurate that is, but the overall kind of plot is very similar to each other. Which I thought it was a nice little theory. I'm more into not necessarily like conspiracy theories about like our reality world, but more into like properties that I like and like shows and stuff. I'm very much into that, like ship theory and things. I like that. So that one that I thought was really really fun. Nothing like funny per se. I can't think of one as of right now, at least. These are all valid, but good takes have to. Thank you. Flat Earth theory people are funny as hell when you ignore the problematic anti-intellectualism. I'm not even shitting you. I'm not even shitting you. Back in high school when I was in color guard, there was a girl on the color guard team that was legitimately a flat earther. Like, actually, no joke, was a flat earther. It was wild because I was like, what evidence do you have to back that? And she couldn't really give me a straight answer. She's just like, it has to be flat. Like, so the Earth is flat, but every other planet's round? She's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, how does that make any sense? It's like, it just does. I'm like, okay. This is like the worst argument I've ever heard to like back up your side, but pop off, queen, I guess. If that floats your boat, then by all means, sure. All right. I simply don't get it. I don't know how people can believe that the Earth is flat while other planets are round. There are so many instances where flat earthers do experiments and then prove themselves wrong, and they're like, oh, wait. Huh. And it's just, like, again, it's just not believing science for, like, some unbelievable reason. Much like, the, like, whole conspiracy theory that, like, vaccines cause autism, right? That was perpetuated by one study done by someone, back in the, I think, 90s, early 2000s. There was one study that someone did that was actually, it was a fake study. It wasn't even an official study. It was under peer review. It wasn't an official study. because for it to like come out, it needs to be peer reviewed. Other people need to be able to create the same or similar results as you did in your study, and then that way it can be published as like an official study. So it was being peer reviewed, and no other scientist, no other tester could recreate the same results. And what was revealed was that he was paid like quite a quite a couple zeros of money to fake the results for one reason or another. I learned this a couple years ago, so I don't remember the exact details. But it turned out to be fake. It was deemed as an illegitimate study. It was never official, never published, and people for some reason still believe it, even though it has been denounced by the scientific community. I don't know why people still happen to believe that one study. The one unofficial study, people still believe it. It's so whack. I don't. How did they come to that conclusion? Why? I can't wrap my head. I don't know. Also, what good does it do? What good does it do that the Earth is flat? Okay, sure, Earth is flat. Now what? Like and like I don't get it. I don't get it why they're so like passionate about like trying to convince everyone else that it's flat. What like so what? All right. Great. You think it's flat. I don't think so. Move on. Like I don't know. I don't know. I need to talk to another flat earther. I need to talk to one. I need to ask them questions. I have a lot of questions. Exactly. And like why would every other person try to like essentially try to gaslight you into believing that it's round? You're like it's so unbelievably delusional. So delusional. The flat earthens, F-E, I didn't even know that was a term that they, okay, made the ultimate experiment to prove theories of the flat earth. Some flat earthens went with other scientists to the Arctic during the point of the year that day is perpetual. Guess what happened? Yeah, I bet they proved themselves wrong because they always do. That's also, like, not everyone has to believe in one thing. I think though, when it like I think this kind of goes back to our topic of like some default, like a basic level of common sense for everyone. I think like, murder bad. Murder bad. Earth round. That's it. I feel like there's just some things that we can just all agree on. That way we focus on other things. Because a lot of people are so focused on trying to prove that the earth is flat, you could be doing something else. More useful for your time. More productive. I feel like, we could just move on. Just move on from it. So many other more important things we could be doing. No, honestly. The Greeks figured it out, and like apparently now we're like, nah. But people are like, no, they're wrong. The Earth is flat, but like, the Trojan War was real, and it's like, okay, bud. All right. Okay. Yeah. Listen. I love the Greeks. Love them. I love the Greeks. I love the Romans. I love the art. Back then, like the statues, the paintings. My favorite era, really. I can't get enough of it. I wouldn't want to like go back to that time because I am but a woman. But I think I would be a very buff. I would serve my man well and be very buff and strong to produce a big buff boy, baby. I think I could do it. I really should like unbend my legs. I can't help but crisscross every time in my chair. And it's so bad for me. It's so bad for my knees, but it's so comfortable. I find it, like, really icky to not be crisscross in my chair. I do not like it. Yeah. Yeah. It's also, it's just so Greek Venus getting jealous because her Spartan husband prefers his Athens fanboy. Hey, listen, I'm okay. You can bring your little Athens boy home. I'm okay with that. Listen, we can be a little modern in our home. It's okay. A little progressive. It's fine. Listen, you have like the Olympics to go to. Go be naked with your boys. I'll take care of your little femboy. I'll treat him well. Don't worry about him. I just, what the fuck? I need me an Athens femboy. Hell yeah. That's, there's like some TikToks of like, some people being like, my boyfriend has a boyfriend, and so they kind of have like this, like, I don't know what it's called. It's not like I don't think it's polygamy, because it's just the three of them. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's like a throuple sort of a thing going on, and I'm like, I need that. I need that. I need my big, strong, hunkish Greek man in my Athens fanboy. And have a yes, absolutely, with wine and everything. Oh yeah, baby. Also, I wouldn't have to wear pants. I hate pants. I don't have to wear pants. That's a bonus to me. Y'all don't know how the Greeks be acting? That's okay. I can fuck around and find out. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to get a little silly. Blankly. Why? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I've said wilder things. It's this is pretty, like, mild tier for me. At least I would think so. I don't know about you, but this is normal. See, okay, so then we're fine. So then we're fine. Everything's okay. Would you ever open banana with your feet on stream? I mean, I would need a banana, but like, sure. Yeah. I've eaten a taco with my feet before. I've done that. Shout out to everyone who was with me at the Donathon doing that. I have spread horseradish. I've spread horseradish on my feet during a silly little game of Nunholy. I've done quite a lot with my toes. Surprisingly enough, actually. Like, I kind of forget how free I am with my grippers. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, expired horseradish too. It's also something. Not 4K. I assume that yesterday's goon sesh wasn't enough. Shh. Nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. On my way with the sauce. If you're gonna be spurting sauce in my grippers, at least use Thousand Island, okay? Like, we need to have some some good taste in our sauces. That's like the bare minimum I request. Please and thank you. Okay. I think. Word. I think we're gonna end stream here. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to fill out some paperwork for work. I don't want to, but I have to. Hi Goose. I'm gonna give some Goose some love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow's stream, I definitely totally did not forget what it was. I think it's an ASMR. Because it normally is on Saturdays. Yes, workout ASMR. I'm gonna be working out tomorrow. So, you know, you should definitely come to that. You should definitely go to that. How dexterous? Why don't you come and find out, huh? Why don't you fuck around and find out, huh? Okay. Thank you all for a wonderful time. I really liked just yapping with you guys like this. This was fun. See you tomorrow. Okay? Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.